Hello, everyone. This is Tom, the Lone Wolf Prepper. It's March 20th, 2025. How is everybody doing this evening? And I wanted to do a video tonight on why it is so important to be a prepper and not dependent on anybody if stuff gets crazy. Okay. Since Donald Trump's got in the office and he's changing the EBT and the welfare system, all these people that are on welfare don't know what to do. I mean, I'm seeing videos of women that have 7, 8 kids that are getting $3,000 a month just in food stamps, plus all their other expenses taken care of. I mean, really, if you start that lifestyle, do you think you're going to be able to live that lifestyle for the rest of your life and the gravy train's never going to end? Especially when the sugar daddy that's supplying your gravy train is $37 trillion in debt? I don't understand it. And then they get upset with the system because they're getting cut off when they could go down and get a job. And then I've seen videos where they're just mocking the working guy taxpayer. Keep giving us your money, you dumbass. You go to work, we're going to stay here. And my son's sitting there in the corner. It's nothing. These kids are suffering. She shows her son, he's nothing but a big flat blob sitting in the corner eating candy. Really? He's going to turn out to be a productive, masculine male? Okay? $3,000 in food stamps. You know, when I had my kids, even when eating by myself in my carts, just the necessities. You're counting every penny as you're buying groceries, going through every meal, planning your stuff out to make sure you have enough money. Yeah, you probably qualified for food assistance, but you decided that you weren't going to do it because you could sit there and maybe cut expenses. But to see the guy walking around or the woman walking around, hardworking woman, you know, they got kids at home, and you can tell the difference in the carts. Plus, you know, the guys usually looks like he worked, the woman looks like she worked, and they don't have, you know, these women have this piece of shit beta male following them, keep pulling another cart with 2 or 3 kids in tow, all creating havoc in Walmart. Okay? I mean, the gravy train's ending, people. The working person's had, especially, I've seen these videos since then. This sickens me. I mean, I knew it was going on, but I didn't think you'd actually go on YouTube or any social media, TikTok or whatever, and make a video about how you're enjoying your freeloading life. And that the American taxpayers, you dumbass, you need to keep going to work. Crazy time. And they have no clue. I mean, these are people that it's generational. They never get off of it. Your mom, you got to move out. Go to the welfare office. You'll be hooked up. That's all people got to do these days, I guess, if you can call yourself a victim. But yeah, that stuff is ending, okay? No more laying on your back to get more money. And then what are these women going to do when all the kids are out of the house? And then they're going to be in their late 30s or early 40s with no money, no shelter. They're going to be homeless. And what about the kids? Okay, and you got to hear these people that are on disability for what? I like to know what a lot of these people are disabled for. Because they're not able to work. It's too traumatic for them. Well, starve. You cut them off, all of a sudden, when their belly's not being filled no more, they'll get the ambition to figure out to go out and work. But see, the government don't want that, or the Democrats don't want that either, because somebody goes out to work, they get that first paycheck, first thing to be like, hey, this ain't so bad, this is my money, and I don't have to feel guilty about getting it from nobody. And then they see the taxes that were taken out, and then they realize why everybody else is upset. And then they ain't going to want to take care of freeloaders. See, the last thing the Democratic Party can do is actually put people and get them out in jobs so they become independent and self-sufficient. Okay? Government wants you dependent on them. That's how they control you. The only reason I got to be associated with the government whatsoever, besides the VA, which I never go to, is taxes. That's it. Financially, they got me strapped. Every transaction I make, they need to make some money at it. Your goal should be getting off the system, becoming independent so you don't have to worry about asking permission. This is the thing, you people. They're filling your bellies. Guess what? They also have the power to starve you because all they got to do is shut off the tap. If you're responsible yourself, you don't have to depend on anybody. You wouldn't be shaking in your shoes right now. But you got to hear the, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Get a job. Become a human being. Wake up and realize why you're never going to vote Democrat again. Because they make you slaves. Take away all the ambition. We'll take care of you. Don't worry. How'd that work out for the Indian? Didn't work out too good for him, did it? Anyway, I just find it, these videos are unreal. And I'm telling you, people that were suckering the system, $3,000 a month for food. And then I saw this other video of this woman that was single, no dependent. And for some reason, she's driving a nice car. Okay, they all can afford cell phones, cable TV, car payments of $800, insurance payments of $250 a month, but they can't afford food. Sounds to me like your priorities are screwed up. You got enough money, you just don't want to spend it on the necessities. You want to spend it on what you want, and the taxpayers can pay for your necessities. But anyway, she got $500 a month. She went grocery shopping, and for the first time had to take $50 out of her own pocket, and she was bitching. She got $550 worth of groceries for $50, and she was bitching. How are you supposed to fix that? Gradually over time? No, it's got to be instantaneous. You're cut off. Okay? You're in charge of your own life. Your neighbor's not going to pay your way no more. Anyway, I just find it hilarious. I mean, I'm sitting out here thinking, God, these people had half a brain. They wouldn't be making videos like this, crying and stressed out. But no, they don't even know how to grow their own food. They think food comes from meats made at the grocery store. How are these people going to survive when we don't have no welfare system no more? Because, well, even let's say we have it, but the dollar collapses and, you know, a loaf of bread's $100. Well, I guess $800 or even $3,000 worth of food benefits isn't going to help much, is it? Anyway, flat out people laying on their back to take advantage of the hardworking person, take advantage of the system. You know, because remember, us hardworking folk, us responsible folk are responsible for taking care of the irresponsible people that made all the bad decisions and continue to make them. Well, maybe if we cut them off and they had to deal with real life, they'd stop making bad decisions. Anyway, whatever you people, you want your sugar daddy to take care of you? Well, be prepared for your sugar daddy to say, no more one day. And that's what you're dealing with. Anyway, the only thing about this is when people lose everything, they lose it. And we're already dealing with people that have lost it. Okay, and if you take away their medical so they can't get their medications no more and take away their food, the streets in democratic cities could get a little dangerous. But anyway, this is what dependency creates, okay? Chaos in the end. Because it doesn't matter how much money you have or anything. Eventually, the well runs dry. Okay? And the thing about it is we're borrowing from our children that haven't been born. We're borrowing from their children already to pay for our lifestyle. Does anybody feel bad about that? Basically, a kid being born now is already in debt when he's born. Does anybody feel guilty about that? I'm just curious. So anyway, that's all I got for tonight. Everybody enjoy themselves, but this is why it's a good reason to be a prepper. Because you don't have to worry about such crap. While the rest of the world's running around with their heads cut off on fire, you're going to be sitting there with your beverage and your popcorn wondering, boy, if these people would have just planned ahead a little bit. Anyway, that's all I got for now. This Lone Wolf Prepper. I'm out.